The 33rd International Defense Industry Exhibition, Europe's third-largest arms industry trade fair, has begun in Kielce, Poland. This year, over 800 companies from 35 countries are exhibiting in Kielce, and the stands feature world-class equipment produced by global leaders in the defense industry, as well as Polish private companies and the state-owned consortium Polska Grupa Zbrojeniowa. This year's defense industry fair in Kielce is expected to be a record-breaking event. A record number of foreign delegations from several dozen, probably around 60 countries. So that alone speaks for itself that this is a truly great event. I dare say that this will be the biggest international event this year. Over the course of 4 days, around 30,000 people are expected to attend. Real global giants have their stands here. Companies from the United States, South Korea, Sweden. All of them would like to establish cooperation with the Polish Ministry of Defense. I would like the Polish Army to look like this arms fair, because here we can see the latest generation of equipment. We can see the application of new technologies, and I would like the Polish Army to have all of this. The current Defense Ministry officials announce that this year's International Defense Industry Exhibition will be a breakthrough and promise new contracts that will improve Polish security. First of all, there will be surprise contracts, and not for small amounts, but for several billion zloty, which will remain in Polish arms factories. But we will also show everything that is best produced in Polish arms factories. But in order to get the money promised by Brussels for defense, which is actually a loan, certain conditions must be met. Another bigger problem is that everything indicates that companies from Germany and France are preferred, as is being discussed behind the scenes at the Kielce Defense Equipment Show. The top topics are European programs and whether the defense industry companies operating in Poland will be eligible for financing from new European instruments. The devil is in the details, that is, in how to define what European industry is in terms of the permissible non-European component and the approach to licensing issues. And the current government, despite the fact that it uses the word continuation in relation to large arms contracts concluded during the United Right's term in office, has had mixed results in implementing them. The body of agreements signed primarily during the term of Minister Mariusz Błaszczak is being continued, and it is encountering various types of perturbations, mainly related to the financing of these contracts and agreements. But I believe that with the support of the president, this process will continue, and I think that will be the case. Tusk's government has announced that approximately 5% of Poland's GDP will be allocated to defense. The question is whether this target will actually be achieved. To what extent will part of the military budget or the budget of the Ministry of National Defense simply be allocated to servicing the debt related to this off-budget financing of the modernization of the Polish army? This is an open question that will have to be answered. I believe that when we talk about almost 5% of expenditure on the Polish army, it will be a realistic 5%, and not that there will be some debts hidden in it that the Ministry of National Defense will have to pay off. In addition, there remains the question of the actual implementation of the December 13th coalition's promises related to Polish defense. The current authorities of the Polish Ministry of National Defense are boasting today about a contract for passive radars for the native anti-aircraft system. But it seems that the real hit, independent of the government's actions, is the agreement concluded today between the Polish company WB and the South Korean arms manufacturer Hanwha to build a factory in Poland for missiles with a range of up to 80 kilometers. From the International Defense Industry Exhibition in Kielce, Radosław Jankiewicz, Republika.